LA Good Vibe. Renovation Part 1. Back to Los Angeles. It is time to establish headquarters. A headquarters to group all the information, always available, so that all ideas can germinate, and thus be able to have a global vision of the situation concerning electricity, as well as the design, raw materials, the price of raw materials, employees. This global vision will allow me to establish a calendar, and I will never be able to thank my wife Annabelle enough, who had the patience to let me occupy the kitchen for long weeks. This board will be very practical to make videos and send it to certain people, to see how they could help me and if I have to search for something special. That way it's easier for me to start launching a collaboration with brands like Focal, Arturia, but also with Battleborn for batteries. This equipment I will put everywhere, front, back, outside. I also have a giant cabin where you can take a few voice shots. On the roof, some solar panels. That will allow us to make recordings on sites like this. This is the technical scheme.
Okay, everybody, I hope you're ready. So this is the first minute.
We really started the renovation. You have to start with something. Then I'm going to remove the background picture in the room. It is symbolic, but that painting was really the representation of the old caravan.
It's time to start the renovation.
It was time to start the adventure and the good vibe. New materials, new kitchen, new electrical work. We do everything again. We do it all again. First of all, the priority was to remove the old air conditioning that was on the ceiling, and thus allow space for installation of solar panels. We had a meeting in Arizona with James, a former engineer specializing in solar installations.
We calculate the weight.
Here is a very important tool, which will serve us a lot during this renovation. A scale. Why? Because it's very important to weigh everything we take off the bus. We have a maximum weight. You have to know that we are going to add solar panels, batteries, and all that weighs a lot, so every pound we save will weigh in our favor. The day starts at 5 in the morning. However, they are not long enough, with all the surprises that we come across. Thousands of staples hold the carpet. We have to remove them one by one. We have to redo the kitchen completely, since I decided to embed the gas. We have to redo whole parts of the floor, damaged by water infiltration. In other words, quite a routine. And then the drama happened. When we removed the big bed at the bottom of the room to make a cabin, to be able to have space and thus be able to record a drum, we realized that the bed hit an engine. And the problem was that the motor was in the middle of the room. We had to redo the entire system. There it was, already much more than a simple DIY. We weren't in renovations anymore. Charles had to find a way to move the motor, saving the possibility of opening the slide-out. And that everything was strong enough because we were going to set up 2 bunk beds in the slide-out. It only took a few days to find the ideal place. The ideal place should have enough space to eject the slide-out, but also to be able to find some dumpsters at the correct height. In a few hours, Charles is going to eject the slide-out, move the motor, cut the rail, reattach the engine. The miracle was done. We went from an XXL bed with a motor in the middle of the room to 2 bunk beds in the slide-out. Charles is the best.
Woo!
The truth is that we are the only RV that has that system.
Well done.
It's unique and made to measure. Charles got me to make him some cookies on the bus and a good nap in the new dorms.